while the insurance exam is not difficult to pass, it's also not a freebie. Guys, it is going to trick you. It is going to do what they're going to do to throw in there the things that they need to throw in there to make their money. Because when you fail, you pay again, they make money. Now, not that they're wanting us to fail nonstop. They want us to get certified and licensed. But there's definitely a bit of a benefit if they do fail, right? So when they put the words together, when they put the questions together, when they're trying to figure out how can I word this or how can I question this, they're not going to make it first grade level easy. It's not going to be word for word from the questions you're studying to the test itself, which I think is one of the biggest misconceptions that people have, that the exam is going to be word for word. So managers and uplines and people are telling the new agents that are studying for the test, just study the questions. They're going to go fail, I promise y'all. So anyways, for example, I was talking to somebody a little while ago and she sends me a picture of a question and she goes, hey, what is the answer for this? Why can't, she had the right idea. However, the way the question was worded weird. So basically it said something along the lines of an insured wants to make a beneficiary change, but they want to make it permanent. Something along those lines. Of course, I'm not reading the actual question. So that question, the fact that the way that it's worded, it's telling you that the insured is making a change, which means it's a revocable beneficiary because you can change those at will. You can call them today, be like, it's this person and I wanted to be that person. You can call them next week, be like, it's that person and I needed to be this person. If it's revocable, but the fact that the question specifically states they want to make it permanent means that they want to pick an irrevocable beneficiary, which would make that the answer. But again, the way the question's worded, the fact that the customer is able to make the change at this given moment means that they currently have revocable. So this individual and many others who practice this question choose revocable when in fact the answer is irrevocable. But because of how the question is worded, it's enough to make somebody, the majority of people, pick the wrong answer. So what I do with my students is I help them break down the answers and the questions, and I tell you, this is the reason the answer is C, this is why it's not A, this is why it's not B or D, and we're actually going to dissect the question and the answers. I actually have a playlist on here. So if you're studying, or if you know somebody who's studying to get their insurance license, and you want them to actually learn how to pass the test, and honestly, my tips, my strategies, my techniques are good for any given subject, any given test. I used to teach for about 14 and a half years, so I've tested them, I've proven them, and I've helped former students of mine pass all types of exams, get college credit during high school with one test. So I know how to help people pass a test, guys. So if you want to know, if you want to learn, if you want to actually pass your insurance exam on the first try, go ahead and book a study session with me, or better yet, join one of my course options, because we meet every Wednesday and Saturday, Wednesday evening, Saturday morning, and you get access to my classes for 60 days. And I give you all of my tips, my tricks, my strategies. I give you everything that you need to go pass it. So if you're interested, follow me, DM me, drop the word interested in the comments, and let's make sure that you know what you need to know and you know how to dissect those questions to go and pass your exam.